No. Hello, Internet, YouTube, podcast, listening people, iTunes, all that fun stuff. The Minovsky Radio Podcast is back once again for February, extremely late in the month, which is my fault entirely, but we'll go ahead and get on with it. Today we've got Joshua Gandamu, or Brandon as he'll be referred to.
Big Zeon!
We've got Meads from YouTube.
Yes, I'm Meads, or Michael. Hello.
We've got Side 7.
Yeah, what's up?
And last, and most definitely possibly not least, Patrick is here.
Why was I introduced last?
Because you're last on the roster here, because your name starts with a P.
Alright, okay.
You're alphabetically last. It's nothing
right,
personal. Yet. Yet. We're already starting off on a disgruntled note. This is going to be a great podcast. So going right into being disappointed and hatred and all the anger and stuff, let's go ahead and just get Build Fighters out of the way.
Sorrow!
We are now talking about G Gundam. Which is a pretty close extension because Build Fighters. Patrick has openly disliked it. Side 7 has been getting less and less tolerant of it. What does everyone else think? Brandon, have you kept up with it?
I have. I have not watched today's episode, so let's not spoil that for me, okay? But outside of today's episode, it's had a few parts where I expected more action in episodes and didn't get it. I'm slightly disappointed. But I still like the series. I can't even tell you exactly why I like the series. And my wife Sarah likes the series too.
Awesome.
And we watched each episode together, so that's pretty cool. Sarah has some reasons why she likes it.
No offense to Sarah, but I don't trust when girls like certain series, because then it's like, oh man, it's too sensitive then.
You pick up on fair guy side.
I like my series all hard.
I got Sarah to make a guest appearance.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Here, Sarah.
Don't tell her what I
Reasons
said.
why I like this all I heard was, no offense to Sarah, and then I handed the phone back.
Good job, Patrick.
Reasons why I like this show. I think that this show, obviously it's very different from most of the Gundam series. We'll see whether or not it actually heads into something more like actual war. Right now it's just kind of foreshadowing a little bit, maybe the possibility, but it, first of all, you know, there's all the little jokes in there about Gundam, you know, things. The more you know about Gundam, the more you get the little inside stuff. So there is that interplay of everything else you know about Gundam in with this, but mostly it's for some reason interesting enough that I actually really enjoy looking forward to each new episode. But it's a show that captures this, like, and I guess I'll say more boyhood than girlhood, but even, I guess you can add in the girl part too. I usually think of Gundams as a boy thing, but they do sort of bring in some of the ways that it's a little different from girls in the show. Yes, it is more the boyfriend thing than it is the pure girliness. But it taps into this boyish or childish or whatever you want to say, childlike love of toys and love of creating and building and hopes and dreams that are very different from the normal Gundam world of war and facing those things. So I can understand why diehard Gundam fans may not like every aspect of it, but my husband and I have a business that's built around love of toys. So I guess it's enjoyable to watch a show that really brings that out a lot and yet makes me want to watch each episode. I'm handing the phone back to Brandon.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
I can't believe we didn't lose phone signal along the way.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
You didn't hear her?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Very
There's a
good.
dead zone right before I hit my house. And we almost always lose calls. Okay, back to other people's opinions.
So, Patrick, what is your response?
No, I was just going to say, I just realized all the things that Sarah mentioned about the war and everything, I love those things. Oh, man, I really do. I just realized...
Yeah, you're Flint Asinov. We've been over this. You are a fan of the genocidal rage.
I love those things too, though.
See?
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly normal. But...
Nothing wrong with throwing Kika out of the airlock either.
There you go. But I remember last time we had talked, Side 7 had kind of mentioned he had started out liking the show by the beginning of the podcast, and the end he's like, skeptical. Have you kept up since then, and what are your thoughts now, Side 7?
Yeah, no, I've watched all the episodes, including today's. Things that annoy me about the show are starting to add up. I still really, really enjoy aspects of it. But the thing that pisses me off about anime in general is the press whatever the fuck button to win.
Yep.
Press the wheel grade button, press the whatever button to win. Turn Super Saiyan 2, whatever it is in any given anime. To varying degrees, really annoys me. And the wheel grade thing here, just, it almost, whenever Starlight Strike shows up, and he does that move, I get just taken out of it. Like, why don't you just start with that? Because you're going to finish with that, and you're going to win.
Yeah.
And so, nothing cool matters. So
it's like the old Power Rangers adage, just cut them with the sword.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the Sniper K9 versus Camphor fight. I thought that was cool, and I thought, like, neat things happened. And I liked the tactics of it, but, this doesn't spoil this week's, but the Stray versus Starbuild Strike there was a little disappointing. I was hoping for more. And it loses me entirely whenever it gets into the corporate espionage ridiculousness of it.
Yeah.
I'm not into that so much. But the fights and some of the characters I still find really engaging. And I find the sense of humor charming. I think it's funny in a very juvenile way, so it's good. I don't know. But yeah, the things that annoy me are starting to, like, really add up, which is too bad.
I've started noticing in the last few episodes the same thing, and I'm like, oh no, don't let this happen, please no.
You know, I think you guys, nobody's really mentioned the obvious thing, and it's also, like, the biggest thing about the series. It's all about, like, kid dashing and all that shit. Honestly, these are some of the worst kid dashes I've seen in general.
That's for sure.
None of these kid dashes have been remotely, like, cool. Really? In my opinion. I just don't like them.
That's too bad, 'cause I like the X-Mao and Gundam Funichi, the Wing Funichi, more than the original designs in those two cases.
Actually, I wouldn't call them kid bashes. They're more like actual custom or improved version.
Well, are they? What did I see was kid bashing on this one? The wings. What do you call it?
The Wing Fenice?
Oh God, I'm not saying that. The Wing Fenice, whatever. It's a motorcycle. Was obviously a small kid bash right there. But yeah,
well,
that
kid bash is putting two kids together, and the motorcycle is kind of like a scratch build, isn't it?
Yeah. No. That was a kid bash. Like, he obviously, like, super glued
those parts.
Double riser wings to the...
I will say speaking of super glue, I thought it was cool that they won that one fight by using super glue. I thought that was
why the hell?
Yeah, I did like that.
That was crazy. Like,
I don't know why that would work, but I enjoyed that it did.
I feel like that should have been out of the rules. Like, hey, no super glue, guys. That kind of just defeats.
I think the mind control helmets are allowed, and then everything else is fair.
That's true.
Hell, why don't we have metal build figures or models in here?
Yeah.
Because the plastic particle things won't move them.
Whatever.
I was expecting more hate from that. Patrick has given up.
You know, I'm just...
So, Meads, what do you think about Build Fighters?
No energy left.
What? I actually like it. I think that's the aspect of having a one-on-one battle. Kind of like playing a new game, Extreme Football, so I don't have a chance to play the game. When I get a chance to play with it, it's fun.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's got certain charms to it. And I mean, there are still certain parts, like Side 7 said, that are still enjoyable. It is starting to wear, though.
I'm gonna send hate mail to Bandai pretty soon.
It's gonna be an angry letter from Patrick.
It's just gonna be death threats. All.
International. Are you gonna translate it to Japanese?
I just hate the series so much. Hell no, they're smart enough to do it. They can do all the work.
They're gonna translate a death threat.
Just really bad. I can't. And I'm still watching it too. This last episode, without revealing too much to Brandon, because he hasn't watched it. What's the word I'm trying to look for? It just felt like every other series that goes along with this whole, hey, let's all be friends while we battle each other and do our best and all that, type of bullshit. They did one of those episodes where, oh my god, I can't believe I trusted you and you beat my friend. Just like, come on. You're taking this game too seriously now.
Yeah, I can't even defend it anymore. But moving on into some more of the stuff we could potentially be disappointed on Build Fighters with. The high grades. The ones I've built haven't been bad with the Wing Fenice and the Star, or just the Build Strike. But what I've been seeing, I'm kind of disappointed with, and it actually forced me, well, not really forced me. I inevitably ended up going to a Master Grade kit instead of going with some of the high grades, even though it was more expensive and all that.
Which ones were you disappointed with the most?
The Build Mark II, the Sengoku Astray, and the Star Build Strike, really.
So all of them.
Yeah.
I really wish the Build Strike and the Strike variants weren't the main character mobile suit thing, because I really do hate the Strike.
Yeah.
Really?
Very interesting suit.
I mean,
it's not my least favorite, but I really don't care for it. To cut off the Strike variant, can't you be more original?
I think it gets too much
series of Strike variants to begin with.
Well, just wait until they pull out Strike Freedom, because his upgrade will be a Strike Freedom variant. I can almost guarantee that.
yeah.
Japan's not having this series without one of those.
That's true.
And
But I mean, the designs I really don't have a super big problem with. It's mainly like the kits. Well, Patrick, you have a lot of problems with this show. Yeah. But like, all the just ridiculous, like, just right out of box, at least those three kits I mentioned, mainly the first two with the Mark II and the Sengoku, look really lackluster just because there's a lot of sticker fitting and painting you have to do to make it look good. The Star Build Strike is a really kind of a dirty thing, in my opinion, that they didn't they remolded the legs, they didn't remold the chest to have the vents, it's just part of the backpack, so it looks kind of wonky. You're never gonna get them just right, so.
I think the Sengoku Astray looks like it needs a lot of work. Like, it looks like it needs putty to fill in all the lines, because the Sengoku, like in the anime, it's very smooth. It's quite a bit different, and I think, I don't know. I don't know if the look works that well. It's almost too busy.
I'll get to see if the Master Grade fixes any of that or not, because I actually kind of ordered that. Yay for my first Master Grade, but we'll see how that goes.
Horrible Master Grade.
Are they making a Master Grade Wing Fenice?
I hope so.
I hope not.
If they do, I'm gonna buy that super hard.
Master Grade Meteor Hopper.
I mean, most of the other kits are fun. Like the Kim for Amazing, I mean, it does have sticker fitting, but, you know, it looks decent out of the box with just a few things. You know, you don't have to paint half the fucking kit to make it look decent. But I mean, that's just here or there, you know.
With a lot of other kits out there, you have to actually put some effort to make it look nice.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Like the recent example I could think of, the F91. I mean, I did end up going back and doing a lot of work to it, but right out of box with little to no sticker application looked fine. I mean, there were a few things that were like, that could look better, but like the Build Mark II, just I cannot stand it when I look at it without like any work, just straight out of. A little bit, like it reminds me of the old kind of '90s high grade kits where everything was molded in like one or two colors.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa.
These new bad guy suits coming out. Like, have you seen the Exia?
The
Sasabi?
the red and black one and the white one.
Color, pretty much.
The Dark Matter Exia.
Yeah.
And they only have like little accents of like a lighter shade of red or whatever. Pretty easy. I mean, if you build it in a kit for high grade, but it's just fucking boring. Just disgustingly boring.
Yeah.
It is a poor design, in my opinion.
We'll see as it continues, because I mean, the show should be going into its final about 5 episodes. So it should be over pretty soon. So we may see some cool designs.
If it doesn't become anything more than winning the championship series, then I'm just going to be ticked and hate it. I'm waiting for the war and genocide. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm enjoying the distractions and the lightheartedness, but I'm waiting for the dessert, you know?
The after party, some like crazed kid's gonna go in there and just start blowing people away.
Off into space.
It always ends up in space.
Aliens or something like that.
Always in space. I mean,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Reiji is probably an alien, so we haven't even discovered that yet. Here comes a 10-episode arc of stupidity.
I don't think he's an alien. Most likely, it's kind of like Ayla.
We had Rambarol mention space colonies, at very least. Like, maybe
it's kind of just
space colonies.
It's a subtle hint. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Remembering.
Your hatred is growing, not just in you, but like you've affected other people.
You know, I think my work is done.
I think you've succeeded.
Yeah, I don't think I have to say anything else about it.
Yeah, you just have to write Bandai a letter, be like, "Yo, I hate you." Bandai or Sunrise.
I feel like Patrick does about age.
It's gonna just say "Dear Bandai," and I'm gonna hawk a loogie in it, and then I'm just gonna mail that.
That's all you're gonna mail.
That's all now. And then it'll say "Build Fighters," and then
you know, I felt about age.
This is kind of off on like a little bit of a weird thing, and I think I'm the only one who will be able to actually comment on it. But I think Bandai and Sunrise, if they do continue on this kind of weird road where, you know, they do have an OVA overarching whatever series it is, you know, the OVA is probably going to be silly after Unicorn with Origins airing. If it's like, you know, 6 to 7 month time span, they're probably going to have some lesser subpar mech show going on in the background. Like, they've done it in the last few years, I've noticed, and they've all been like, well, it's okay, but, you know, like, with Build Fighters, there's no genocide and stuff you guys are wanting. There's another show they currently have airing, Buddy Complex, that has all that fun stuff, and I'm like, they're doing it. That was what I was thinking they were going to do with Gundam, but they don't have the time frame to do it. So I think Bandai Sunrise have got it all planned out, which is kind of scary. But yeah, anyway.
Maybe
other
they're
than that,
putting out all their disappointing series as they wait to go back to the original.
That may be it. Like I said, I mean, Buddy Complex isn't bad. It's kind of stupid, but it's better in terms of a serious-esque tone than Build Fighters is. But Build Fighters doesn't try to be serious, so it's okay. From preferences to what sites they order from and all that, and yes, I'd like to continue the recording. Something going wrong. Uh-oh.
No, I'm here. I'm just coming in and out, I think.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of
interference
there for a minute, and I was like, how many phone bars do I have? 5? Huh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got 5 there.
Oh, no.
Echo.
Am I echoing?
No? You're fine for me.
I just wanted to echo for the sake of echoing.
Yeah. One thing before we get off the high grade Universal Century, has anybody checked out the Neo Zigong here?
I've seen pictures and I was like, whoa. That was my reaction.
A comment.
I haven't seen it.
Have you?
I actually like it. It has okay, what happened there?
I do believe Side 7 has just kind of gone out of the call. I think. I can't tell. Yeah, we'll add him back in. We can kind of get our thoughts on if you guys have seen the Neo Zigong and kind of go from there.
The Neo Zigong?
Yeah. Have you seen any of the pictures?
Neo Zigong. It'd be nice if he had legs, but
here, let me find a
it's
picture.
More, I guess, realistic.
It's, I mean, with seeing it on different, like, a picture of it being what it's supposed to be on scale with everything else, it looks a little weird, and it doesn't really look even really reminiscent of the Zeong, so it's a cool looking suit in its design, but, yeah, it's kind of hit or miss for a lot of people.
So they're making a Zeong, is that right?
A Neo Zeong, yeah.
Neo
Is
Zeong.
that the, oh, you know what? I saw it, yeah. Now I remember.
The big red thing.
Okay,
That makes
yeah.
Oh, they're making a super deform of it.
So it looks pretty good. I mean, it'll be fun to see. As hell, though.
As that, if it's like the size they're saying it's gonna be, because I haven't seen any like actual physical pictures of it. I think it's just artwork at this point.
Well, they have a scale picture.
Yeah. Was that artwork or was that actually a thing?
That's the thing.
Oh, because
that's what it's supposed to be in high grade form.
I mean, that thing is bigger than like perfect grades and stuff. That's going to be a ridiculously expensive high grade. I mean, some people will buy it, but the thing is huge. Oh, because it's in Unicorn episode 7. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no. Oh, don't be what I think this is going to be.
What?
If this replaces the Sananju in episode 7, I'm going to be super pissed.
Pretty much. I mean, it's red.
I'm disappointed.
No!
Purple.
My hype.
Come on now.
My hype for episode 7 is entirely gone now. I'm so disappointed.
It's an okay model kit. It's actually one of the better looking ones than anything that's been coming out lately. I mean, we've just been getting a lot of redos lately with, the F91 and
yeah. A bunch of the Victory Gundams and all that.
And the Thunder. I'm not against the Thunderbolt kits. They're interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked the kind of look whenever rubber was replaced over the joints and stuff. The only thing I hate is like all the freaking thrusters. I mean, it's just kind of, it's too much, I feel, on the mobile suits. So it kind of takes away from, how the actual suit looks. So other than that, we haven't been getting too many good kits. So if we got that in, that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind in that.
Yeah, I mean, new good original kits have been kind of a little bit lacking. And I mean, even stuff like, it was cool to get the Blue Harrison, but like, that kind of goes back to the Build Fighters problem I was having, that out of box, it looks like the old 90s kits where 80% of it's in one color. Which I kind of makes sense for the suit because it's mostly blue, but like all your yellow is purely stickers. And no one's gonna sticker fit the back fin thingies or any of the yellow on the shoulders or anything like that. Disappointing.
I don't really do models myself, but something that would be cool if I did do models would be releasing all those really obscure things that people pay out the nose for resin casts of. You know, like making videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still waiting for E3 costume.
I think Bandai really misses a point on that. And even like other people who make kits similar to Bandai, like Dragon Makoko, and some other ones, really miss out on going for those kits that are the resin base. Because I mean, if people are making these, you could probably make a killing making those.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody and enough people want them bad enough that they're paying out the nose for it.
Yeah, and Bandai and Dragon Makoko and all of them could manufacture way cheaper than some random people.
Yeah.
And could make a way better profit off of it.
But remember, the market is kids.
It's true. I mean,
Kids.
I don't know, are resin kits popular among kids? I usually think of like collectors our
They look
age doing
awesome,
them.
But you only have a select few that actually buy the resin kits.
Yeah, that's true.
And more of them actually just keep the resin kit. They actually don't work on them.
My thoughts are they should come out with a Taurus. Just saying. But Side 7, you had brought up the Neo Zeong. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought it looked kind of crazy, ambitious, and cool. Like, it's going to be like 80 centimeters. It's huge. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's massive.
I'm worried. I think we're going to get boned because this is going to be
An expensive kit.
Yeah, and to ship it's just going to be
Oh, yeah.
and we're not going to get any of the discounts that people living in Japan get. Like, it'll sell cheaper at Yodobashi-Kama or whatever, right? And so I would make this and display it. I think it just looks awesome, and I like the retro feel of it, but I have a feeling it's going to be prohibitively expensive.
What do you think? If it does replace the Sinanju in episode 7, is that going to be good or bad for you?
Bad. I like it as a background thing, right? But
Yeah.
not as a villain. I think it should get blown up, and then it looks like the Sinanju docks with it, so Last Ditch Effort he comes out and fights or something.
That would be way cooler. I would be totally down for
I
that.
wouldn't mind if they did a thing like, they had both suits in the last episode, like, he's piloting Sinanju and then it gets destroyed somehow in the last fight, and then he, gets this thing. It's not a bad looking suit. It'd be cool to have something, because that's not from the mangas, right? That's from this is brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have something that was just for the series itself.
Yeah. And I think it's cool to have in there. I don't dislike the design or anything, but as a replacement to the Sinanju, like, the Sinanju's got to be at least in there partially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not even bored with Sinanju. Sinanju's like probably the best suit besides the oh god. What was the high grade you had, Cody?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, the Delta Plus?
Yeah.
The Delta Plus is pretty rad. Delta Plus is pretty rad. But, kind of speaking about the, Sinanju, that kind of brings us into the fun re-releases that happen with the good old Robot Damashi line with all of the unicorn kits. We at least know the Kshatriya coming out this year. And the End of the Wing line being pretty much in sight with the Death Scythe. I mean, there are a few other things they could build after that, especially with the Geminus coming out. But, essentially they're kind of running out of their main things. What other kits do you expect to see in 2014, and how hype are you guys for the Death Scythe? Because it looks cool.
Definitely just like... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
And I...
Go.
Did we lose this
website yet? But I've been thinking. No, I haven't. But I've been wondering if when Venom Origin comes out, if we're going to have a major flood of, like, maybe that's what they're holding off on a lot of the UC stuff, is for Origin to come out and create interest. And then there'll be a total new way for them to go, this is the Origin version, and if you want the original version, then you have to pay out the nose for it.
Yeah, make them exclusive.
Or vice versa.
Like if they had, like say they did the Origin Zaku, and then it was just because the machine gun is connected to the backpack for the Origin version for whatever reason.
Yeah.
If it was just like a simple, hey, by the way, we also have the regular
Zaku machine gun.
Yeah, and Zaku machine gun for you if you just want to have it be the regular version. If they were smart and did that, I would say that'd be the winning.
Yeah, but then you'd have to pay $60 just for the alternate parts.
Oh hell!
Yeah.
Silliness.
But
because the whole 2 plastic pieces is that expensive to produce.
It's very premium plastic, guys. Come on.
Oh yeah, totally.
Gold.
I could see when the Kshatriya gets closer to being launched, that we'll actually start seeing some pictures and stuff from the Origin line. So I mean, the only thing we've seen other than Kshatriya is, even really by extension, is the X1 Kai or whatever, or full cloth or whatever it is. So it'll be interesting to see exactly when they start showing us that stuff, or if they're literally going to wait till the last minute to start actually displaying anything. But is there any kind of, or any Damish you look to see in 2014, or any thoughts you've got from previous ones that we've seen? We'll go ahead and start with Meads.
Upcoming Damishes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that Outframe, kind of like the Testament, but it's the white version.
Okay, yeah, the photographer one.
Yep, I'm looking forward to that one, and I think the Crossbone Full Cloth coming out also.
Is it? The Crossbone Full Cloth I'm super stoked for.
Yep, those.
I didn't get my hand on the first 3, so.
They're just 2 for now, but again, if they ever have an Ifrit costume, I would get that.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll expand on that line as well. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to paying, a bunch for the Kshatriya or anything, but Kshatriya, I'm so upset right now. Side 7, did you have anything you wanted to say about some upcoming Damishi?
I don't know. I don't think we're actually going to see any Origin stuff. I'm going to go out on that limb.
Whoa.
Because they haven't done that since Gundam Age, and they tried to release those 3 Age 1s, like, back to back. And I think that's So since then, they haven't really released anything with the series, besides the OVA of Unicorn, right? So I think they're going to focus on Gundam X next year. I would imagine we've seen models of the Airmaster. We'll see, we got a release date for the Chestburst guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out June or July. So I think next year will be the year that we get a bunch of X suits.
I assume what's going to happen, and I kind of think you're on the right track, Side 7, is that they're going to probably try to shy away from side-by-side releases. The Age kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Well, I think they want to leave room for their HGs to sell, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's behind it.
I think if we do see any Damishi out of Origins, which I assume we will at some point, it just probably won't be initially, is the anime will start the fall season around December, or probably before that, but around December is when we're going to see them probably start actually coming out. Is that they want to see if Origin's actually going to take off as much as they think, so they don't have the same problem with Age.
If it's nearly as good as the manga, which I've been reading, and 3 books in, then it's going to be good.
So I'm hoping it will be, but, if a bunch of people who like build fighters try to go into it and like, oh, this could be cool, and then genocide, they're like, oh, damn, genocide. Good time.
Well, think about it. I mean, this has probably been a major card that Bandai has been waiting years to play, because the original Gundam has never gotten
a redone.
A redo, really, sort of video game animations, which, like Gundam Encounters in Space, have fantastic redrawn scenes in the style and everything. But, I think they've been holding this card off for a while. And possibly it's even their solution to some of their zany series. Okay, we'll put out a couple of zany series. We'll put Age out there, and we'll try that Build Fighters idea. And, but we know that no matter how much we tick people off, they'll be here. The original hardcore fans will be here when we release Origin.
Mm-hmm. But, I think they're going in the right direction. It's just, we'll see when we get those kits. But I think this year, kind of like what Side 7 says, we're going to see a bunch of, side story stuff. We'll see a bunch of stuff with X. I assume we'll probably see a few more Crossbone-esque suits. They could even do, the black variant of the Victory Gundam. And then a recolor of the silver Crossbone Gundam. And then we see the Geminis from the Wing side stories. So I assume they'll probably go a little bit further into that, because there are some cool Leo customs they could make. Then they'll make my Taurus, and I'll be super stoked. But
this is one other thing about why I don't think we're getting Origin stuff, is because nothing has been leaked. And they're usually fairly forthright with saying this is coming out next year. They give you models or whatever very far in advance, and we haven't seen anything like that. So I think even getting into next fall, I don't have any hopes for Origin stuff.
So I think I see why they wouldn't be doing so, especially with no release date on the animes. They don't want to hype it up too soon and then get pushed back into 2015 and be like, oh, sorry guys. I'm gonna be
leaving the conversation soon involuntarily. My phone's gonna run out of battery, and I'll just disappear.
Okay.
Like cops.
Like cops. Gonna hit an asteroid. Oh, man.
What happened to Joshua Kadamo? Oh, he hit an asteroid.
Oh. We're gonna make a whole video montage. It's gonna be great.
Joshua Kadamo!
But, if you do get home and you want to re-enter the call or anything, just shoot me a message or something, and I can re-add you and all that fun stuff. So we will be prepared if your phone does die. Okay. So before your phone dies, and we do maybe get cut off, we'll just start with the next thing. We may go back to Dameshi or whatever, but for the castings for the live action thing we talked about, who would you have Amuro, who would you have Bright, and would you even cast a Captain Paulo?
I know actors' faces, but I don't know a lot of names. Mm-hmm. And so I really got nothing for you, except that I could say that I was watching 24 Season 6 a little while ago, and the Vice President Daniels guy, whoever played him, he looked a lot like Dole Zabi. Not as tall, but, the chin and the face and everything. I was like, Sarah, it's President Dole Zabi. But that's all I got to say. I can't think of anybody. Guy who played Frodo Baggins make a good
Elijah Wood.
Amuro, yeah. Except that he's gotten a lot older now, so
he still looks pretty young. He may be able to pull it off.
He might make a good Amuro, or at least by look.
Yeah, as far he does some pretty decent jobs acting, so he may be able to pull it off, but that's not a bad idea to go with. But yeah, no, like I said, this is very hypothetical, probably will never happen, but with Origins coming out this year, it's kind of a fun little thing to do. Does anyone else have any casting ideas yet? Because I'm still kind of drawing a blank.
No.
Nope.
No.
None from you, Patrick?
Yeah.
Nobody?
No comment.
Yeah, it's just a bad idea.
Well, I'm not saying it happened, but if it was going to happen, who would you want in it? There we go.
Let's see. If we had to go acting chops,
yeah,
I'd go Tom Hanks for Bright, even though he's totally way too old for the role.
They can CG it. He'll be fine.
You know who's been doing a good job lately?
Who?
His face from Game of Thrones, who plays Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, that guy from Pompeii, right?
Yeah, guy from Pompeii. He'd probably do Amuro. Sayla?
Maybe.
We're just gonna throw out people.
I was thinking, I mean, this is very far-fetched, but, so is the whole idea, that maybe either, Andrew Garfield, the guy who's in the new, Amazing Spider-Man movies, as possibly Amuro. He's a little tall, though.
I fucking hate Andrew Garfield.
Oh, sad.
He's the worst Spider-Man I've ever seen.
So, would you rather have Tobey Maguire as
I'd
Amuro?
rather have Toby, 30-something-year-old Toby back. Than,
I thought that Shia LaBeouf will be a good match, no?
Oh god, no. Please no. Please not again.
They were tossing around.
He has the hair.
Like the first attraction for a while. Before they cast Garfield.
I'm trying to think of...
Okay.
I don't know, it's hard to cast a Bright because he's not supposed to be old either. But he's got to be, like, authoritative. Who would be... That's a hard role to cast. They could go way out on a limb and just, like, forget who Bright's supposed to be and just, like, throw somebody else in there. Andrew Garfield could be Bright. There we go. This is just going to be Andrew Garfield, the movie. He's going to play everyone.
You and your man crushes. I swear.
Hey.
Like a monologue?
Essentially. He's not even going to be, like, dressed up different. He's just going to be, like, a one-shot deal where he's just walking back and forth on stage talking to himself. It's going to be a great movie. But, I mean, realistically, for a good Bright, I think there are people out there. It's just hard to figure out who.
Out of curiosity, why is this subject brought up? Like, did anybody hear something about the live action?
No. No, I mean, we had talked about it, like, a while back of the even possibility of a movie. But I was trying to think of something to do leading up to Origins. But since we're probably not going to get, like, a simultaneously done, voice-acted in English type situation, I was like, well, the next best step is either probably go to actors that are a lot more recognizable than voice actors are. That was the thought process. I mean, voice acting wise, I mean, you could try to go with people who have, voiced them in the past in, like, video games, or, if any of the original actors are still alive. Or even, the guy who's voicing Full Frontal now could do it, pretty decent Char, since they're probably roughly the same voice. But I mean, character-wise, if you wanted a similar voice for Amuro, if you didn't go with the original, because that guy's probably super old now, you could just try, I mean, it's kind of overusing him, but the guy who voiced, the guy who voices Banagher is the same guy who voiced, Shiro in 08 MS Team. I think if you could tone his voice a little bit differently, that wouldn't be a bad guy to use. He's kind of got that kind of whine in his voice that works. If that makes sense.
I was going to say Michael Cera as Amuro, because I want to see somebody get slapped. I want to see him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Or we could go back and try to redo that Gundam game where they, changed ethnicities and changed names completely.
Oh, that's it. Now you're pushing it.
There we go. Realistically, that's probably what would be closer to happening anyway if it did happen. Go Hollywood. But, yeah, I mean, until I hear back from Brandon, because he did drop, his phone did die, I guess. Was there anything anyone else wanted to talk about, like the Death Scythe?
Were we talking about releases that we want to see happen this year, or just stuff we've seen already released?
A little bit of both.
I'm still kind of hoping for some G Gundam stuff, because that just seems like the obvious choice.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of seems silly that they've done everything under the sun for, every other series, and we haven't seen anything from G Gundam yet. So
They
that's
made
kind
a
of
sequel, or not yet?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that one. Actually, that's like my number one favorite from the series.
I think that would be a cool Dawn machine.
Yeah. And then also, unfortunately, it's just a matter of time before they release something from Build Fighters.
I don't know. After Age, I feel like they're gonna stay away from it.
I thought the main focus of build fighters is high grades. You probably just stick with the mulligans, not so much for figures.
It just seems like something like some dumbass from, marketing is going to be like, we have to at least make one. Let's do the strike.
I would imagine if we saw that, we'd see it soon because we just got that Wing Gundam, right? So that's...
If they did a Wing Fenice, I'm super down for this. But if they do just like a build strike, it's gonna die really quick.
Yeah. And then, of course, I want to see 00 stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
I just want to see it, guys. I just want to see
Give
it.
me Dynamis and I'd be happy. That's all I need.
That's all you want.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's going to be really hard to tell. I think we'll probably see high grades from G Gundam before we see Damashi, I think.
Mm.
I mean, we are really open-ended towards the end of the year and really towards the middle. But I think other stuff's going to trickle in. We'll probably get some more Unicorn even after it's done airing just because they're going to drain that for every cent they can. We'll see some weirder stuff from the Wing line. If we're getting the Gymnast, we're going to get something else weird.
I said we're getting the Gymnast.
Wait, are we getting that...
When did that...
What will be the extended arms?
Oh, the Ultron or the Shenlong or whatever.
No, that's not it.
Versago?
Versago, there we go.
Yeah. That's got a release date finally.
Gymnast.
I saw something for X Gundam and stuff, but I haven't seen anything for like side story Gundam Wing stuff.
Oh, I got you, buddy. Boom, Link. Deal with it. But no, I mean, I'm super stoked if they do this because I mean, it looks cool.
It does look cool.
And I would love to see some more stuff, especially coming off the build for the high grade Gymnast I did. I would really like to see some more Gymnast stuff.
Wait, does this come with both parts to...
Did you get my email? I did. So what did you think of the house?
Transform it?
Everybody hears that.
What was that?
It probably does.
I think of just the pictures we've seen of the Gymnast, I assume those parts are detachable.
Yeah, they better be because that's an ugly looking suit if it's just going to be all like that. Because I don't like it plain.
The way the shoulders are built doesn't look like you can replace them with the red pieces. You'll have the option, but I hope we see more stuff from the
like the
unit side stories. They have some cool looking suits in there. And I mean, they could just do a recolor of that one and have another.
Yeah.
They could do that as an exclusive and people would buy
The Alex Gundam would be fun to have too. Something like a few seats more in the pocket. Like aquatic suits, that'd be great.
Yeah, if they started making like some of the aquatic variants from the UC, I would be super down. They've got some really cool looking units.
Have they made a camper or not yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any artwork.
Okay.
If we get a Cancer before we get a Taurus, I'm gonna be super pissed. I will write you a death. I will help write the death threats with you, Patrick. If we don't get a Taurus.
Healthy now.
Oh, when they translate it, they will be very intimidating.
Sometimes intimidation works.
Alright guys, I gotta go eat dinner.
Alright. It was good talking to you, Meads. And thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
But yeah, what was it? Sorry, go ahead.
Death Scythe looks pretty sick. Pretty stoked about that, except for it being an exclusive.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of the more exciting figures right now look like it's just going to be like the exclusive stuff. Even though we've already gotten it released before, the Blue Leo, I'm looking forward to that. Death Sight. What else? Nothing. That's about it.
That's so disappointing, though. I'm so upset about that. Because, like, the cassette tree is going to be super expensive than that, and...
Yeah.
A gamble, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy the cassette tree, like, off the bat. I'm going to wait for one of you guys to buy it and review it first. Because, I mean...
What?
You know, I'm just kind of skeptical. So, I mean, it is a huge suit. And there are a lot that could be wrong with it, so...
It's true. On that note, with stuff that's wrong, Side 7, I kind of recently just got the Death Sight. Were you disappointed in yours, or were you just, like, so-so about it?
I've kind of come to the conclusion that you and I are, like, bizarro versions of each other's review, because I didn't like the wing, and I think you're really happy with it, right?
No.
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, this damn thing is it's top heavy in the back and the front also, but then the points of articulation make it like it's so hard to pose and get into the right position, especially like if you want to have that swinging scythe position with the figure. If I move the arms this way, it's going to touch everything else, and then I have to reposition all that, and then somehow I'll mess up the arms again, and then I have to do everything, you know, like slowly and really like pay attention to where all my fingers go so I don't bump into everything. It was just really just all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't like it.
I got mine into pose that I kind of wanted to get it into, and then he's been sitting like that since whenever I got him. And I have like no complaints of him. Maybe it's just lucky.
Yeah, because usually I get, you know, it's brand new. Usually the stuff's like pretty stiff in the joints. Mine was kind of loose. It just didn't work for me.
Something, I mean, it may be different just on the stuff I've seen from it. It reminds me of, like back, when they were making the like foot tall versions of the wing stuff. It reminds me of what the foot tall or the 7-inch wing looked like. That it was kind of that really weird shiny plastic that didn't look like sturdy or solid or anything. And it looked kind of lacking on details, and I was like, yeah. So, I mean, the Wing Zero was really great, but...
The Wing Zero pisses me off because it falls off of its stance, like, if I look at it.
Yeah, that I've kind of partially fixed that problem.
I was kind of happy with the wing, though. The wing was alright.
I set it down. That was it.
So you were happy with the wing, right?
Yeah, it's a little tiny. I mean, I agree with you on that part. But I mean, when I first got it, I thought the transformation process was going to be like really. There was just going to be something wrong with it because it was too much like the version 2 MSIA. Right. And we all know it was wrong with that one. You know, it was just too floppy and stuff. And when you wanted to pose it, it just wouldn't work. But it's pretty good. It's solid, especially with that swappable torso. And everything else looks good. The only, it could use paint in a few places a little bit more.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty good for me.
I'll say, like, in its defense, it poses really well. And once I got it posed, now I quite like it. But there's a twinge when I got it out of the box where it's like, something about you is not right, Troy. But,
you're just eyeballing it on the side, like, you're fucked up in some way.
I can just see Side 7 sitting there, just like looking at his shelf, staring at the wing Gundam, getting mad at it, just damn it.
He wakes up in the middle of the night and he runs to where the wing is displayed and goes, "What is it with you?"
He just like grabs the like shelf and just stares at it like eye to eye.
You think you're making jokes, but that just describes my Tuesday night.
That's just how it goes exactly.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I was happy once I got it posed, and then I kind of felt bad about giving it a fairly indifferent review. But I think the review you gave it, I think it balances that out. So fair is fair.
See, there you go. When one of you was harsh, the other one's not as harsh. The world is at
I was
peace.
really happy with the Aries, man.
That's good.
Yeah, Aries.
I actually heard something I didn't think I would hear for a long time. I was talking to Brandon earlier, because he wanted to make sure we were still doing this. And, he was like, you know what I really, really want to get? And I was like, what? He's like, I want to get the Robot Damashi Aries. I'm not even gonna, I was like, whoa. And I mean, I'm not surprised, like, all that surprised at least, but, I mean, the Aries is pretty cool, so, hopefully he'll get one. And then we'll see a review from him, too. It'll be like a review party, and I'll be the only one left out.
Yeah, you're on your whole Code Geass thing. I don't understand what's your...
Yeah, no, I actually just got some more of that in. But I've found out with buying, like, other stuff from Damashi that's not Gundam, that, like, I start getting sick of what I'm getting, and I want to get something else that's Gundam, so I'm like, damn it, I should have ordered that instead. Well, okay, to be fair, the Master Grade Sengoku was to balance out more Code Geass stuff, so.
Have you completed that yet?
No, I haven't even got it. I just ordered it, like, 2 days ago. So.
Or,
which brings me to the last thing I was going to talk about. Ami Ami.
Okay.
Ami Ami. And the differences between Hobby Link Japan. I like Hobby Link Japan a lot more. But, Ami Ami still had the Sengoku, so I was like, hell yeah. Ami Ami. Go for it. But, do they do something like, there are a few things just like for their interface that kind of bother me. They're like, it's relatively easy to convert the yen to dollars roughly in your head. And seeing shipping costs would be nice too, but.
You know, right now, yens per dollar, or $2, they're pretty close to each other right now.
Yeah, like I said, they're really not bad, but it's a nice touch having it there, like, this is the exact amount in dollars it would be. Like, thank you, Hobby Link Japan. That is nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but, you know, the one problem with both sites is, and it's the biggest thing in the world to me, and I had this issue with my last order, it's that I can't go on the site directly to go pay for my damn items. I have to go through the email I get, and I get like a bunch of emails because when I subscribe to the site, I use my trash email. You know, the email that I just don't care what gets sent to.
Yeah.
When I want to join a forum or something, you know, I use the trash email to, you know, open up my forum. So that's the biggest, you know, thing for me for these sites. Ami Ami and actually no, wait, Ami Ami does do it. Hobby Link Japan doesn't.
Yeah, Hobby Link Japan, you pay like right there.
Yeah.
Ami Ami's like, we'll wait and get your shipping together, then we'll be like, yo, it's time for payment, and it's like, why can't we just do this all at once?
Cool no, you can actually pay on the site. It takes a day to get the shipping, but that's with any site. But Hobby Link Japan doesn't.
Hobby Link,
pay.
Not with Hobby Link, I've never had to do that.
I've had
no. It's always just like right then and there. I had my cart, I go to, yeah.
Are these pre-orders or what?
No, it's just like stuff they have in stock. Just buy it. Takes me through the process. I don't get the emails or anything.
Mine's pre-orders.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And
that's why.
So.
You're ahead of the game. I'm behind. Side 7, you were going to say something. What were you going to say?
I don't recall that I was going to say anything. I'd go with Hobby Link Japan. I'd used Ami Ami once, and I found the process to be like there was just one more step than I thought was necessary, so I just went back to Hobby Link Japan. They have pissed me off very recently. They don't. So I would like if we had alerts. You put a Damashi up. I'm probably going to want to pre-order it from you. So give me an alert, and I'll go to your site and order the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But nothing pisses me off more, because I've spent quite a bit of money there, obviously. I would like to know when something like the Kshatriya goes up, because playing this game of checking back like every day or so to see if it's up, and then finding that it's sold out is frustrating.
Yeah, I hate that too.
That's minor. It's I don't know. I guess I might give Ami another shot in the future, but
The one thing I do like about Ami, and the reason I keep getting a bunch of Code Geass stuff, is because it's like from the pre-owned stuff. Because like a lot of the Code Geass stuff isn't being made anymore, and it's ridiculously expensive to find new. So I do applaud them for that. But like just their user interface, at least from my perspective, is easier on Hobby Link Japan than it is Ami. I feel Ami is the site just for super hardcore otaku guys, or peoples, and people in Japan. Like, Hobby Link Japan, I feel like, tries to cater to a Western audience a lot more.
Which is good.
Yeah, because I'm from the Western audience.
they were advertising a job at Hobby Link Japan the other day on this other job site that I subscribe to because of my work in Japan there. And I thought, how quickly would that kill your love of the hobby if you actually worked?
Yeah, I feel like that would do it pretty quick. Like, unless you were just crazy about building models or something, I feel like you'd be like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever done. Why do I do this? Mm-hmm. Poor Hobby Link Japan employees.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, either site has, its pros and cons and everything.
Well, I mean,
and if
another thing for Hobby Link is that they have that whole storage thing.
Yeah.
So,
that's pretty rad. I've also noticed something. I don't know if it's just because, like, I did this dumb, like, I just got a stuff in from Ami, then I had done another order. The stuff I had ordered, of course, I was, didn't want to go with EMS shipping, so I went the slower one. Worst mistake I've ever made. Like, it got here, for some reason, instead of going, like, through the Chicago distribution center or whatever, it went to the New York, and was there for 2 weeks. I was like, whoa, this has never happened before. But of course, on Hobby Link Japan, I'm always like, hey, FedEx! Let's go FedEx. So it always gets here a lot faster, so I'm just... My mistake was getting that slower shipping, I think, but we'll see. I got the better shipping on this
How
one.
is Ami for shipping? Are they fairly quick?
Not as quick as Hobby Link.
Yeah, as I say, I don't know how they do it, but I think Hobby Link has some system worked out where they kind of bypass most of customs and be like, hey, here you go. At least you're in the States.
It seems like, and this is just the smartest way to do it, when they get the items, they pre-weigh it, then, of course, depending on what you have ordered, say I have, 3 robot Damashis of the Leo, and then a master grade of, I don't know, the Wing Zero or something. They have that all in the system, they take that, calculate it, and then they put that to the shipping when you choose, like, FedEx or whatever the hell you want to choose. And then that's the only way I could see them doing it. It's not that complicated. In fact, something everybody should do. But
yeah, I mean, all the Hobby Link Japan stuff when I'm when I'm tracking the shipping and stuff, because I'll get really antsy about stuff if it takes a while, so I'll check the shipping really avidly for some reason. But I never see it go through, Chicago or New York or anything like that. It's most of the time, gets to the West Coast, then goes straight here. Whereas, it's 2 weeks in a sorting center. I know the post office backed up most of the time anyway, but that's a long-ass time. Chicago gets it out in 3 days. Come on. Come on, New York. But we'll see with the better shipping if it actually helps at all.
it usually does.
I hope so. Because, just going from, something else I noticed between the shipping is I feel like Hobby Link Japan's is a little bit cheaper. I could be wrong just because I've ordered more stuff, that have bigger boxes from Ami, so I don't know if that's kind of the big deciding factor. I think it is. But, this last order was $45 in shipping. Or Hobby Link Japan, I think the most I've paid is $20-25. And that was FedEx. That got here, pretty quick. I'm not sure exactly, but I don't know. Preferably, I would usually go with Hobby Link, but AmiAmi does have a lot more, and they usually have more of a stock, so. So it'll be fun getting the Master Grade and seeing how terrible I am at building model kits. Super stoked for that.
So remind me, what Master Grade did you get again?
The Red Frame Sengoku.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like the high grade just to me looks like trash. I don't want to touch it. I'm pretty bearable with a lot of high grades, but I just can't do it. I'm just like, whoa. No.
Well, on that note, anybody else getting the real grade Exia?
Yeah, I am.
You are? Yeah, I already sent the pre-order for it too. Do you think it's going to have a little light for the GN system, or?
I have no idea. I'm going to say no, probably not. I think it's just probably a little bit too small and complex for that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it did.
I just want a light. Why can't I?
I just want a light, guys.
Yeah.
You could possibly put a light, but it'd take a lot of work.
Yeah, I would.
So, I mean, those little LEDs aren't, I mean, they're small, but in like terms of a real grade, they're pretty big. They could fit, but you'd have no room for like the inner frame or anything.
She said. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, but I heard that. But I think, like, depending on how the Master Grade goes, if it goes well, then I want to start getting into other lines, and I think I want to try to start with the real grade Exia. It's like, like the seed real grades, yeah. I mean, they look good, but I'm not really wanting to build those.
True. You know what? So far, real grades are quite fun to build. I enjoy them, and they look very good out of the box, so I think Exia is a fairly safe purchase.
And I don't think I've got... Yeah, it's a lot of 00 stuff I really don't have in my collection. It's kind of disappointing.
Well, I'm reminded, this is something that's always bugged me. So when we got the Master Grade of Exia, what was it, like 4 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it'll be 6 months tops before we see like the Type F Astrea or the other Astrea. And it never happened. I've always found that extremely weird. Is that just me, I guess, obviously?
I don't know, like, kind of like with like the Damashi, I feel like they did this weird thing where they kind of just dropped a lot of stuff that they should have built. Or made in some form.
Yeah,
and they just kind of never did.
00 did not get enough love from the Master Grade line, at least. Which is weird.
And so I feel, I don't know, yeah, that seems right, is like they do, a lot of the 00 kits and stuff you see, a lot of people are like, yeah, this is, you know, a really crazy kit. Even like down to the high grades and stuff. And, you know, even the early Damashi, a lot of them were 00. You know, no one really has any complaints about them, which is usually a good thing. So, I mean, it would be nice to see it, but it'll be interesting to see if they wait to maybe try to redo some of the 00 stuff, starting out with the HG for all line, you know, trying to go back and redo high grades and kind of go from there to see. But I hope they do eventually come back out and do some of the 00 stuff. Because I think a lot of people, you know, other than just people on this podcast, a lot of people do want to see it. You know, it's not something like with me and the tourists where I think I'm like one of 50 people in the world who want to see it. Like most of the Gundam fan base is like, where's our 00 stuff, guys? I want this stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there any closing thoughts anyone wants to bring up?
Let's just have the short prayer for Harold Ramis, who died today. It's pretty sucky.
That was sad.
Yeah, so, hey, let's look forward to Ghostbusters Part 3, right? And then,
oh no.
See what else. Oh, you know, I was actually when we were all done talking about the Gundam stuff, because, talking about the other stuff on this show is always fun, too.
Yeah.
So who is upset about the cast for the Fantastic Four reboot?
It's casted now?
It's casted. You didn't see it?
Oh, shit, hold on.
No, man, Wallace is what? Wallace is the Human Torch, isn't he?
What's that?
Hold on.
Kid from The Wire. His character in The Wire was Wallace. Guy from Chronicle, right?
Yeah. Just
Whoa!
such a bad casting. And
Yeah, no, these look...
I mean, I don't know if you guys, so the guy they picked for for Mr. Fantastic, excuse me, I'm getting all, confused.
This guy's not been in like a super serious movie ever.
No, but the guy they cast for Mr. Fantastic, he was in this recent movie that we had at the theater called, That Awkward Moment. First of all, I absolutely hate this asshole. It's a movie about three friends who take a vow to not get into a serious relationship, and they're all kind of players in their own right. First of all, this guy, he played it to get women. Could not believe that. This dude is not the most gorgeous looking guy. He's not even remotely close to cute. And, when you have friends that look like Zac Efron around you, which he did. He had a friend that looked like Zac Efron. Nobody's going to go for
Not
you.
happening.
So I didn't like this guy to begin with. And then they cast him as Mr. Fantastic. That just kind of pissed me off.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. Like, who's this asshole?
There are two guys from The Awkward Moment.
And Michael B. Jordan. He was doing that. And, I'm a racist, but I'm not a racist without cause.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh, God.
I mean, I was really hoping, like, whenever they initially said they were going to do the Green Lantern, that, they were going to do the Green Lantern from, like, when I was a kid, that was the Black Marine guy. I was really stoked for that. And then Ryan Reynolds comes out and it's like,
I honestly would have gone. And I'm not even being racist about it. I just don't think he works as a Johnny Storm. And this is coming from me when there was rumor that the black dude from Luther, that BBC show, was going to be cast as the next Bruce Wayne. I was like, that's actually a pretty fucking cool choice. Like
that would be cool. Like
I
most other castings for like most other roles, I would be fine with this, but like Johnny Storm, it would be hard to come off as him.
Okay.
Especially because he's Sue Storm's brother. How is this going to work?
He was adopted.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
The only one I'm like even kind of down for, like casting wise, is probably Sue Storm. Like she might be able to pull it off, but these other guys, I'm just like the guy who plays the Thing is the scrawniest looking dude. This is disappointing.
Okay, I'm going to break in here in two things, right? First thing, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I have just built a satellite cannon during the conversation. So I've got that now, which is good. I don't give a I don't care about any of those guys with the Fantastic Four. The first two movies were crap.
Yeah.
This cast looks stupid. I like the guy, the black actor. What's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
I've liked him in other things. I don't know if he's right for Johnny Storm. I've got no connection to that character myself. Never read the comic as a kid. The Mr. Fantastic looks like at least he should shave. He should be old enough to shave, and this guy not that old. So the super scientist older man thing will be hard to pull off, but whatever, go for it, kid. Sue Storm, all she has to be is really blonde, as far as I know. I was talking about the Gal Gadot casting for Wonder Woman. I was bitching about it the other day with a friend of mine, and he basically kept just stopping me going, the only company that gets it is Marvel. And I'd be like, yeah, but it's really, really bad. And you're like, yeah, but nobody else gets it. Marvel is the only studio that will get this right from now on. And it's like, yeah, that's basically it. Unfortunately.
See, I think, like, I forgot who it was that said this, that, the Marvel movies, people will go because they want to see whatever hero it is. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll probably go see. I have no prior knowledge. I know what they are, but I've not, like, read any of their comics or anything. But it looks entertaining.
I'm psyched for that.
But there's a difference between Disney, well, now it's Disney Marvel, and Disney and Marvel Fox Pictures. And Disney Marvel, they care about their casting a lot because they're putting a lot of money into it. Guardians of the Galaxy legitimately looks good. Okay.
Yeah, it looks entertaining.
Whereas, you take Fantastic Four and you look what they're doing, and it's just like, dude, you're just going for that young cast right there. It's not like these are established actors. They're not, and they need established actors to play these older, serious roles.
Oh shit, you're right.
So it's just really stupid. And Michael B. Jordan, as good as he is, he's not super great, but it's good. He did something really bad this past week because some photographer asked him straight out, "What do you think about the whole uproar with some fans saying, Johnny Storm shouldn't be black?" And he dared to say, "Who the fuck cares about them?" Basically, you're still going to watch it. Everybody got mad at that. So now we have that little thing he has to pull off, and the whole thing actually has been. I've been hearing and reading that it has been making the studio not rethink it, but they're definitely taking a look at the cast again.
So what's the treatment of this Fantastic Four? Why is it a reboot? What's going on with this one?
They haven't released anything yet, but people are thinking that it's going to be what do you call it, Ultimate Universe kind of. But in no sense does the Ultimate Universe have a Black Johnny Storm to begin with, or the fact that Sue and Johnny Storm are stepbrothers or step siblings or anything like that. So it's just up in the air at this point. It's their own little universe.
Yeah. I feel like something that at least most of the DC movies used to focus on. I take that back. The Nolan trilogy focused a lot on the villains as opposed to, a lot of Batman.
Yeah.
When The Dark Knight Rises or Batman Begins came out, everyone was like, "Oh shit, Christian Bale, this is sick." Then, Heath Ledger came in with the Joker, and people are like, "Oh, damn." And then Bane comes in with Tom Hardy, and a lot of people are like, "Okay," And then Catwoman, of course. Everyone's like, Catwoman. That motorcycle. But, I feel like with going, because I never watched Man of Steel, I probably never will. But, Batman Superman, with their whole casting situation, I feel like is not, either it's really gonna be good and really surprising, or it's gonna be terrible.
Well, I don't know if you saw Daredevil.
Pretty much, with Ben Affleck, right?
Ben Affleck getting ready for Batman. That's all.
Well, the funny thing about that is, Ben Affleck's not the person I'm most worried about in that movie.
Who are you worried about? What's this door?
Jesse Eisenberg.
It's weird. It's a funny.
I don't see how they can really, because they've done Superman's origin story already.
Yeah. And
they didn't introduce him. So if they're going off on their own thing, I guess it kind of makes a little sense. But Henry Cavill looks way older than Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, Man of Steel did something really weird, and I don't think any other Superman movie has done this before. They made Superman actually interesting. So, I don't really care about Lex Luthor. He's kind of a one-sided villain. Unless he could bring something to the role, which can only be judged when we see a trailer or something like that or a clip. I'm just leaving that portion alone. But
I'm just interested to see how it works out. With throwing Batman in there, it's going to be kind of weird.
So how did Man of Steel make Superman interesting?
It didn't go straight for the whole Messiah thing that Superman Returns did.
Yeah, well, that was...
They showed him much clearly and much more of I grew up human. I want to be human, yet I'm this.
Okay, so they kind of gave him internal conflict as opposed to
that Superman Returns wanted to do, but they just, for some reason, it didn't accomplish that.
They went for Jesus Superman.
Superman Returns had its own set of issues. I will go on record now saying Man of Steel was one of the worst movies I've seen in my life, in my opinion. I really not a big fan of it. Which is
you knew who was.
It's an entertaining movie. I think it's just the Superman property.
It's not that. It wasn't that good, really.
No, I'm just an argumentative asshole. So.
Speaking of the franchises, go ahead, say something.
I'm just trying to back though. It made money. I think it was just that. I think there's a time and place for a dark movie, and I think Batman's definitely that franchise. But I think they needed to set a tone that was different from The Dark Knight, and I think they went for I think the tone was too dark for a Superman movie. But whatever.
Well, this is supposed to be for Justice League, and it was supposed to really set the bar, saying, can we do what we want to do with Justice League on a large scale? Because, Marvel was able to do it, so now DC wants to see if they can, and before that, Green Lantern was supposed to be it, and that didn't work out too well, so that's what Superman wanted to be. But hands down, I mean, that's too bad about not liking Man of Steel and then Cody not even seeing it. But
that's how I roll. You know what I am gonna see though?
What?
Segue. Eventually,
what?
I'll see Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Boom.
It's not even out yet. What would you eventually see?
No, when it comes out, I'll eventually see it. That's what I'm saying. Because Captain America is another one of those things that, like, I never was super big into. Kind of like Superman. I was never big into it as a kid. I always kind of like the flawed, darker character. Batman all the way. But, I think it looks pretty entertaining. I think it'll be cool to see how it plays into setting up for the Avengers 2 and all of that. And then when we see, if good old Robert Downey Jr. makes a return for Avengers 2 as well, and how he does his role.
He's already signed in for 2 and 3.
Okay, I wonder what they're going to have him do. Because, I mean, if Iron Man 3 is...
Well,
I mean, like, what role is he going to play? Because, I mean, is he going to be Iron Man again? Because he blew up all the suits. Or is he just going to be Tony Stark?
Yeah, he's still Iron Man. See, that's what a lot of people are asking, and it's like, dude, yeah, it's just a metaphor that he's even said it in the movie.
Well, I mean,
and
they also took the arc reactor out of his chest, though.
That's so he didn't have an arc reactor for about 10 years after last. You read the book now, right? I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say 3 years prior to that, he didn't have an.
Yeah, in comic book wise. Yeah, there's things he didn't have.
Yeah. And then he's blown up his suit so many damn times, dude. He's just like...
Yeah, that's true.
It was just a metaphor. He's still Iron Man, but he's like, I'm Iron Man inside and out no matter what.
Well, see, the only thing I was thinking, like, going opposite of that direction, or at least in that direction, I guess, is like, are they gonna come back in with, how the Winter Soldier's being portrayed, like, somehow S.H.I.E.L.D. gets into some shit? Are they gonna just kind of throw Sam Jackson under the bus? Have Tony Stark come in as director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and set up for like a Civil War situation in 3?
That'd be too many films. And they don't even have him signed up for anything after Avengers 3.
But I know, I mean, they could potentially do it in 3. It wouldn't be done great, but...
Has he signed for any more Iron Man movies, or is that done now?
No, it's
thank God,
for 2
no.
pictures, and it's... Right now they're saying no, it's for Iron Man, or it's for Avengers 2 and 3, and nothing else. And then they say if they wanted him to appear in anything, it would be that would be using up essentially one of the deals. So they haven't worked anything out yet, which is sad.
I hope. I mean, if they made Iron Man 4, if they kept on their same path they're going now, box office wise it would do well, but I don't think it would be very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much worse you can get from making Mandarin an actor, but
all respect to Ben Kingsley, he did make the character.
No, Ben Kingsley pulled that role off really good. I liked Ben Kingsley, which pisses me off the most about it. Because he's like, it did a good job, so I can't hate on Ben Kingsley. It's like, well, they just wrote the character in wrong.
Mm-hmm. He could take over S.H.I.E.L.D., but what I'm kind of predicting with the movie, because Robert Redford's in it, and a long time ago when they were talking about doing a Captain America movie, they were saying, well, obviously Nick Fury is going to be in it. Who would play a great Nick Fury? And this was still when we were thinking Nick Fury was going to be white and not the ultimate version where, he's black.
Yeah.
They were saying, well, Robert Redford would make, a really good Nick Fury. So now that he's in it, what I'm thinking is they're going to do what the mainstream Marvel Universe line did, and they introduced a black Nick Fury, but what they did is, this is Nick Fury's son, Nick Fury Jr. He had a little bout of jungle fever for a while.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh. Oh, I don't know if I can handle that.
I mean, they should just stick with the Fury they have. There's nothing wrong with Sam Jackson, but at the same
No, I like
in
him.
the trailer, they did show him, being covered up in a blanket, it looked like. So, it's up in the air.
I mean, I feel like that's with them not signing any more Iron Man films, I'm leaning towards that being more of a possibility, but, we're still 2 years, but we're still just a year away, aren't we, from Avengers Dose?
Yeah, it's already started filming, and, not really filming, but, I don't know.
Kind of like super pre-production type
It's
stuff.
It's pre-production right now. There's been reports of it, they've been on location and stuff like that. But nothing like, people are seeing so-and-so on the set or anything like that.
Dude. The only other movie news I could think of is something I completely forgot. Good job. What was it?
Okay.
Oh, Days of Future Past.
Oh, I was actually going to say, if you couldn't think of anything, I was going to spit that out there.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty stoked about that. They pulled off, what I hate most about movies, the Avengers. The one thing I just like about it more than anything else, at least after the fact, was they did the whole TV show and they brought Coulson back. It's even if it's just some clone or his brother or some dumb bullshit like that, the, whole crux of the movie is okay, we're a team now because Coulson, this really likable, dumb, goofy guy, is now dead. You unkilled him.
Do you guys know how because I know they revealed how he came back, but do you guys know?
No, I've not watched it to see. I mean, when I saw he was back, I was like, fuck this show, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. But, I mean, the way they brought, have you guys seen The Wolverine?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, good. So I can say this with spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, but you're this far into the podcast, deal with it. Is that end scene where, old Patrick Stewart comes in. I'm like, they unkilled you in the best way. Thank you, Patrick Stewart. I love you. Patrick Stewart.
So they explain how they unkilled him, or is just he's back?
It was supposed to be explained at the end of part 3, after the credits. Because during part 3 of X-Men, they showed a patient who was in a coma for years, and apparently Patrick Stewart transferred his consciousness into this guy, but that doesn't explain how he looks like him and stuff.
Yeah. I assume it's got something to do with time travel, since I think this is supposed to be time travel based anyway. But that brings me, are we supposed to see a Deadpool and a Cable in this?
What?
No.
Damn it. I mean, since I think they're both Fox properties, aren't they?
Deadpool still is. Cable.
It would be cool to see a good, original Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, not end of Wolverine Origins Deadpool. That'd be fun.
Well, I know he still wants to do it.
Yeah. Talks about that in most interviews. Crap. Forget what the last thing I heard about that was, but obviously it's not happening right now.
Yeah.
The Deadpool?
Yeah. I'd be into that. I'd go see that.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds does a few good roles, and when he does them, it's like, ah, shit. Green Lantern wasn't good.
Hell no.
Ryan Reynolds as the original, like, his original form of Deadpool and Wolverine Origins, I was like, okay, yeah, this would work. This could go a good ways. But they're like, hey, let's sew our mouthiest character's mouth shut. That's a good idea. Stupid. So upset. But I'm super hyped for that. I mean, yeah, Origins and the Wolverine were better than I think at least the original 3 X-Men, but they weren't like, oh shit, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
True. I like the Wolverine. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was, I think, done in a cool way. Like, it was done differently.
It was like Wolverine Noir, which is what the actual original books were for a long time when he was in Japan and all that crap.
I liked that, and then the whole I mean, there were questions I had in it, but overall I still enjoyed it. It wasn't like Iron Man 3 where I walked out like, the fuck was that? Damn it, Iron Man 3. Why does this happen?
That was just a lot of stuff.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe a little bit too cynical, but whatever. I kind of think Days of Future Past is Bryan Singer trying to get all of his toys back. He's that gave away all this shit, and then he's like, no, actually, I only gave that to you for one movie, and now I want it back. And, I feel like Vaughn was the guy that directed First Class, right? Matthew Vaughn or something, I don't know, whatever. I think he did a great job with Kick-Ass and with First Class. And it kind of reinvigorated my interest in X-Men as a property for film. And then I kind of feel like Singer's just squandering this goodwill that I have. Because I haven't seen anything that's made me interested in the movie. Personally, I don't like the designs. I'm tired of Hugh Jackman. I like the original cast quite a bit. I'm just a negative old man.
I mean, realistically, Hugh Jackman's been playing Wolverine for the last 10 years. It's kind of ridiculous.
Okay, so Magneto looks the same age. Mysterio looks the same age. Wolverine's aged. Why is Wolverine aged? It's a little nitpicky thing, but it pisses me off so much.
I don't mind him playing Wolverine. So I mean, it doesn't bug me as much. I know it probably should, but I can't see anybody else doing it.
No, but not aged. But Wolverine in the promo shots I've seen has gray hair and stuff. It's not like he's aged since it's not like the comic aging. It's like they've aged him through makeup.
It's just because they did it in the books.
Yeah, I guess. But then why is Gandalf and his buddy they skeletons?
They could chalk it up to Wolverine Logan's been stressing.
It's his stress.
So, yeah, he's stressed himself into gray,
True.
The thing I'm most excited for First Class, and this is the most petty, stupid thing I'm excited for.
I swear to God, if you say anything about Jennifer Lawrence.
It's actually not about Jennifer Lawrence. Applaud me. Is old Magneto and Professor X and old eventually meeting at some point, or just being in the same movie. I'm super stoked for. I'm excited.
One more time? What are you excited for?
The guys who played Magneto and Professor X in First Class, as well as the old versions of them, are in the same movie, and I'm super excited about that. It's Patrick Stewart, fantastic actor. Not Ian McKellen. The guy who plays Magneto, the old one, he's cool. I like him. And then the two young guys, I think they do. At least in First Class, they were pretty entertaining. So
that's the thing.
I think he did a magnificent job as Magneto. Very, very good. Really enjoyed him as that.
Oh, you piece of shit.
So Jennifer Lawrence. I did that in spite of you. It's gonna be weird how they play that up. Does she ever end up aging? Because, I mean...
She's a shapeshifter. If
she just changed back. That's right. That makes sense. That was a stupid question. I didn't think about that before I asked. So that's one less person to cast. But I don't know. Movies... We'll see. First Class be good. It could be utter trash. It depends how they try.
I always had this feeling, especially after that Jack the Giant Slayer movie, that Bryan Singer doesn't really know what to do with action. And unfortunately, this movie features a bunch of giant robots, so we'll see how that works.
Horrible.
Yeah, I was about to say that. The Sentinels look pretty terrible.
I didn't know Sentinels had huge giant holes in them for vents to show.
Did you see the future Sentinel design where they're just piles of garbage or something?
Yeah, I don't mind that so much because I don't care about that. I just wanted to see the original Sentinels, in action, and oof, they did not have that.
Nope.
I'm kind of, like I said, a little disappointed, but, I mean, it's kind of to be expected. It'd be cool if they were closer, design-wise from what they are now to what we saw at the end of the Wolverine, or just Wolverine, whatever. The big silver samurai type thing. Which is, question, was that like a hint to like the actual character Silver Samurai? Okay.
It is.
That's what I thought when I watched it, but I was like, I don't want to assume it, because I don't remember being like a giant mech, but I could be wrong. Another character I never read up on. But I think that would have been cooler because they already have that kind of set base idea that existed. So it would have been like, okay, well, this is already a design. Let's kind of carry on with this instead of making it look like stupid.
Yeah, you probably noticed by now, I'm a man of violent and petty opinions. Hate things for no apparent reason other than I want to hate it. Days of Future Past, I hate for some reason. I've never seen it, just prejudging it. But Wolverine, I give a pass to. I don't know why. I should dislike it. I didn't mind the Silver Samurai. I didn't mind anything in that movie. I thought it was actually a fairly good little...
Yeah, I liked it better than Origins. I don't know if it was just because it didn't focus as much as, like, trying to stick to a story. It was just like, let's just do something.
It didn't go for too much, which is what Origins tried to do. They tried to fit so many, characters because they were from Wolverine's past into the movie. It's just like, dude, you're trying too hard. And they made Wolverine for a little. I don't know if it was for less or what, but they ended up making good money on it, on the return and everything. And all they did was stick to the content and not trying to go
They didn't try to pull from too many sources and pack it full of stuff. It was just like, here's a simple little story. Ninjas and shit.
Yeah. Feel like to Bryan Singer, like saying, do you need all the mutants in your movie? Do you need Blink and Bishop, especially or Path, especially if you have both casts? Do we really need to introduce a bunch of like B-list people too?
Do we need?
Yeah, he has so many characters in there. He even had to cut a few. Like he cut Rose.
Seriously?
Yeah, he cut her part out.
Do we even need Iceman? Like, seriously? No one needs Iceman.
Well, she's actually a decent actress, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah, well, she won an Oscar when she was a kid, so she has to. But it's just like too many characters there.
I wonder if when she goes to audition, she just brings her Oscar and sets it on the table and walks out. And then walks back in to get her Oscar because she doesn't want to leave it there. But just as a statement, it's the principle of the matter.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something else, and I don't remember what it was now. Oh, no. Oh. Have you seen RoboCop, Patrick?
Fuck yes,
Was it good or was it stupid?
It was
I've
actually.
seen RoboCop.
You've seen RoboCop too? What did you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's actually pretty good. I like it. It actually focused more on how Murphy, was it Alex Murphy, right?
Yeah.
How Alex Murphy, cope up of how, after this accident and just coping out with it, with being given this new body. And I also like how that whole corporate, the marketing strategy, and it's actually a pretty good movie. It's more of, our today's standards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it overall. I think it's a great movie.
Totally agree with you on everything. But the one thing I kept telling friends, because this is right on the heels of Michael Keaton saying basically, yeah, like, I'm on board for Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, shit.
So, in the movie, he totally channels Beetlejuice, the Beetlejuice character. Like, Meads, do you remember when he was like, when the doctor was showing the RoboCop footage compared to the robot footage in the VR training?
Oh, yeah.
And Michael's character was like, I just want you to do this, to do that. And, like, he was using his hands and jolting a lot. Like, he was totally channeling Beetlejuice during that whole scene. And I was like, dude, worth the whole movie alone. Like, that was it. That was all
sounds
I needed.
pretty rad.
No, but I mean, besides that, no, it was a really good movie. It unfortunately didn't do that much better.
Don't expect any epic or climactic, end up battle scene towards the end. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like the whole movie altogether makes a great movie, but the simple, the parts alone, they're okay.
At the same time, I don't know if you guys seen the original, but the movie showed a lot of the stuff that I wanted to see as a kid that the original didn't do. Like, if I'm fighting a cyborg who's only walking at, say, 3 miles an hour, I think I could take him. Like, I could take him no problem. I
was like, you're gonna fight him.
Yeah. Whereas this Batman, this RoboCop, he can actually run, he can jump and stuff, and then he also has a motorcycle. Like, he can run fast, but he can't run super fast, so obviously he's got to get transportation. So it worked as a movie. I mean, I got to see all the stuff I wanted to see when I was a kid. It was actually a PG-13, which was surprising. So it turned out good.
That one part, I'm not sure.
Do you think they'll make a sequel?
Possibly.
I'm hoping they do.
Yeah, I like it.
It's only made $30 million, and
it's not been out very long. It's been a couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah, but it's slipping in the.
Wait, wasn't the old RoboCop have a rocket booster?
Yeah, in the third one he had a rocket booster, and it was.
I want to see it.
Horrible.
Now, that's probably over the top.
Is that?
Yeah, that was when everything
was. Was RoboCop 3? No, it was RoboCop 1, wasn't it? Where the giant robot thing that was supposed to be the competition for RoboCop falls down the stairs and completely.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna ask, does ED-209 fall down the stairs in the remake?
No, not downstairs, but down like a balcony, and there was no pig squealing at all, which I was kind of disappointed in.
That.
But they made the Ed-209s more docile, but at the same time more dominant at the same time.
Does he shoot a man to death during a board meeting?
What's that?
Does he shoot a man to death during a board meeting?
No. If he did, I feel like Michael Keaton would have jumped all over that and been super over the top Beetlejuice with it.
But if you guys want stuff like that, though, there's actually hold on. There was actually something like 10 different directors who took the original. You saw it?
Yeah, and they had a puppet get shot in that scene. I've seen parts of that.
Yeah, they did a shot-for-shot remake of the original RoboCop, and it's on somewhere. and it's really good. You guys should totally check it out. And they redid that whole scene with puppets. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, to interrupt one more time, not to alarm anybody, but my Gundam X is now finished.
Oh, shit.
So that's done now. He's got
Master
a gun.
Grade?
Thanks.
Did you say Master Grade?
No, yeah.
Oh.
That killed the conversation.
That is actually a good thing to bring up, though. Patrick, have you been working on anything lately? Like, have you been building kits? Is there anything new you've ordered that's exciting? No, this is a legitimate question. Since Side 7's like, I finished my Gundam X, I was like, oh, I wonder what Patrick's been up to.
No, the other things I've been up to is just buying. I'm not a big model fan. Like, the Real Grade is the only model I've purchased in about a year. Or will purchase, sorry. The Real Grade Exia.
I'm excited for that, and hopefully they make a 00.
What's that? Okay.
Go on.
What were you saying, Needs?
Yeah, I'm saying that, they announced the Exia, which I'm excited, but I'm hoping they also make a 00 Gundam. Then they might possibly add on a 00 Riser, and maybe on the GN Sword 3 with that expansion. Kind of like what they did with the Sky Grasper, right?
Yeah, they better do all that. I don't want to have to buy multiple things just to make one complete thing. That would just upset me.
Well, actually, I don't mind because 00 Riser itself, there's already a lot of parts. And then you have the O Riser. Wait, what did I say? Sorry, 00 Gundam on its own has already a lot of parts.
RoboCop, because I totally forgot to ask.
Yeah, what?
You guys I was going to pick up any of the, because I like mechs and I like people in mech suits, like any of the toys or collectibles that come along with RoboCop.
I was thinking about it. At the local Toys R Us, they have a few of the little
3.5-inch figures.
Yeah, they have a few of those. I want to pick like one up just because they look really good, but I'm kind of iffy about it.
I'm picking up the Play Art Sky RoboCop 3.0.
Yeah, that's what
I want to get the 2.0, the silver version, but it's just damn expensive getting them. I'll just stick with it.
I kind of figured you would.
I kind of completely forgot all about, like, RoboCop toys, and just, like, oh yeah, they probably did some toys with that. I must now look these up. Hold on.
So, how much are those Play Art Kai sending you back needs, if you don't mind me asking?
Most likely around $80.
Okay.
They are expensive, but it kind of caters to a different kind of a group of a consumer.
Do you keep
But the
all
detail
those
that goes
things?
into it, I actually like, I have a couple of them and I enjoy having them. They're great displays.
Do you keep them all, or do you sell them off every now and then?
I do need to sell some of them, but I have a few problems with Play Art Sky. To be honest with you, I've been breaking the joints.
Seriously?
Wow.
There's just something wrong with their QC on their joints, and it's not consistent. If I didn't break the shoulder joint on this one, I break a peg on this one, or some sort of other peg on inside the shoulder. It's just not consistent. That something was always breaking, which is sad.
Hey, I'll be right back.
So, hence, I cannot sell them because of that broken part.
I've got who do I have? I've got Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and the two Harley Quinns. I've got like the Arkham City villainesses, and they seem pretty solid. So,
anything on that part, the DC variant, or I think the Batman, I think they're fairly. I don't have any problems with those. The ones I have problems with is the Captain. No, not that. Vincent. I broke the shoulder of Vincent. It's mostly the shoulder. I also broke the shoulder of General Zod. And I broke the peg holding the weapon for Master Chief. Well, he dropped, and that thing just pegged on his back.
well,
Actually, I replaced it with magnets, and it's actually a lot better. You don't have that slightly peg sticking out of the weapon.
right.
Something I noticed, like this is kind of just because you were talking about some of the joints and stuff breaking on the Player's Guy, just kind of differences between toy lines and stuff. One of the things I gotten in this recent shipment from Ami was a Revoltech thing from another mech show, which I dealt with Revoltech before, and I kind of had an understanding of how they were worked. And another one was Volksay 3, I think is what it is. I broke like 4 things when I opened the box, just because like they're this weird, soft, breakable plastic.
Are you talking about the small Revoltech joints?
The Revoltech I haven't broken really anything on. It's just trying to.
Is this a Revoltech you're talking about?
It's a Volks. It's
Volks.
closer. It's closer to like a 6-inch instead of just like a standard 4.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Revoltech figure.
I don't know, the Revoltech, I just have to get used to the articulation again because it's a little different, but...
Yeah,
I hate Revoltech.
Yeah, it's hard to get used to.
I mean, I don't mind the Disney ones because the thing that messes up for me is like I was gonna get the Iron Man Mark 7 Revoltech figure, but then I saw a review and like the back of it looks all kind of just messed up, and especially the head. Like there's a big old open space in the back of the head, and it takes away from the figure at all. Like I draw away from it. Makes me feel weird.
I've got what do I have? The Jehu-Chi and Anubis, and they're good display pieces, but like moving them is just not fun at all. Like weight issues and the way the joints work, I just really don't appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. If you have a chance, get the Reobot.
That thing looks awesome.
It's awesome. It's just very expensive, but I really love the Reobot JOT. And then hoping you make the Anubis also.
I'm trying to save my cash right now for adult world things, which is always painful.
Adult world things.
Like toys and stuff. But the Transformers masterpieces have been taking up my cash. So things like Reobots are I admire them, but I don't think I'll ever actually get them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till you have a good paying job. But even then, it might just depend on... I'm actually quite lucky. I'm still able to keep up with this hobby and still save up and help out with the family.
It's a hobby that adds up quickly.
I bought a giant T-Rex, and I had a moment to think to myself, do I need this giant T-Rex? And the answer was yes, but...
And what kind of T-Rex was this? Was it like...
It was the G1 Grimlock masterpiece.
Oh!
I thought it was just like a random T-Rex in the back of my mind. I'm like, that's always the answer. The answer is always yes.
How much is that T-Rex? Sorry, not T-Rex. Masterpiece Grimlock.
That was $200.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of pricey. Why don't you just get Metroplex?
I'm actually thinking about selling off my Transformers except for my masterpiece. That was always going to be a little sad, and now it's kind of over. No, Metroplex looks silly. He's huge.
Yeah, I mean... Is it still over 110 or 120? Or is it more now?
I don't know, honestly.
Let me look it up.
Well, I'm just happy to say that I have placed my pre-orders for Gun Death Sight. And
Cool.
I am now getting 2 of them.
Of course.
I know.
Where you grabbing them from?
What's it called? How do you pronounce it? Nippon? NIPPON-YASAN?
Okay.
That's different. I was kind of expecting one of our typical few, but... Whew.
Maybe text me if you don't mind, like how much you're gonna grab those for, so we can compare.
Yeah, totally.
Totes.
Yeah, it's not that much actually. I mean, let me see if I can go back to it. It was only for. Page kind of loads up.
You've got mail.
When is that coming out? That's fine.
A good question. Oh, June. But it was, June of this year, and it's only for 5,400 yen.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so not bad at all. Shipping's going to be another, a little close to 3,000. So overall, 13 or close to 14 actually is what I'm going to pay. So it's going to be like 140 if prices stay the same.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Wait. Wait, how much is the Death Sight?
What's that?
Wait, are you talking about the Death Sight Robot Tamashi?
Yeah.
How much is it?
On the site, it's 5,450 yen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got 2 of them, so that's 10.
I'm getting 2. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering why you're spending over $100.
There's actually another cool exclusive coming out at the Amuro Youth Mark V, which I am on the fence about right now, but it's gorgeous looking too.
Really?
Well, it's one of those things where like I don't love the Mach 4 Mark. Yeah, I don't love the Mark V, but this paint job I think looks really good. It's like the white and red. It just looks cool to me.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm getting kind of tired of this design, actually. Haven't we seen it for like 3 different figures?
The Mark V, the Dovin Wolf, the Silver Bullet, the other Dovin Wolf.
I guess it's to keep in mind that the Dovin Wolf and Silver Bullet haven't been released in Damashi, so they're
just high grades.
It's just I'm already over this whole kind of.
You know what?
Question? Is the Death Sight exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's what you're getting from Mikata. I've ordered from Mikata before, but usually for exclusive stuff. Got it.
Here's an exclusive suit that I don't want at all. The Gay Mulk. Which,
Is that big red thing?
yeah, it's
Which one?
the Gay Mulk?
Can you post a link?
I think I just put it up. Oh, no, I have to hit enter, apparently. My bad.
Good job.
Gundam Mark V.
Yeah. Big red thing.
Let's see.
Oh, game.
Damn it, I keep going
Oh,
thing.
this thing, yeah. I saw this and I just got kind of disturbed about it.
This thing.
It just looks kind of weird.
Oh, it has a Dovin Wolf frame or something.
The Mark V is, yeah. The Gay Mulk is its own weird thing.
It's like a revamped version of the O mixed with something else, I want to say.
Like if the O and the Psycho Gundam had some kind of kid that has to wear mittens with hands.
That's some brutal lovemaking right there.
The first thing I thought when you said, like, oh, because I was typing, so I was, like, not paying attention, is I thought you said the big O, and I was like...
I was about to.
I was like, why is that in there? I was like, what? And I was like, oh, it kind of makes sense.
I wish they'd make a Robot Damashi Big O.
Hey, there you go. They could branch out to other lines other than
Because
my stupid-ass Code Geass figures. for the win.
Well, Bigo more probably will be a Super Robot Chogokin.
Yeah. I just don't want to pay a lot. That's the thing. Like, there's been other figures that have come out, and they're really not only articulated, but they have, like, really cool features. Like, you can park Roger Smith's car inside the foot and stuff. And I just don't want to pay, close to $300 for it.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
A little bit of cash.
But, no, this yeah, I don't know. These exclusive Kai figures, they just don't do it for me. Besides the Zaku sniper, there hasn't been a figure that I've really been interested in.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just doing this line for the larger scale mobile suits.
They truly take some bizarre things like gun cannon detector, which nobody wanted, but I thought an idiot. So things like that.
Yeah, that is a disturbing.
Yeah, it's got some junk.
The Yarlint custom was probably the best one, in my opinion. But like, it was designed.
Such an amazing crotch piece.
See, why don't more mobile suits have, some junk in the not part of the trunk, if you know what I mean? That
More
makes
phallic?
sense. Yeah! We need phallic mobile suits. Get on it, Bandai. While you're at it, make my Taurus.
Oh, God.
Oh, my damn
Nightingale,
Taurus.
man. Nightingale.
Nah, dude.
Nightingale disturbs the shit out. It always has just... I like that it's a char suit and it's a nice bright red, but it has a massive crotch piece that I found intimidating.
Oh, Gundam's crotch pieces. Who would have thought we would have ended up here?
I kind of called it from the beginning, honestly.
Yeah, it always goes.
If you think about it, you need that. You need that to... Well, it's a propulsion to go backwards.
You guys came into this call like, we're gonna end up talking about Gundam junk tonight. That's how this is gonna go. I'm ready, I'm prepared.
That's how it always goes.
That's how it always ends. It inevitably gets there.
Well, I was gonna ask Meads how that whole, because I saw his video on, he was at the Tatsu workshop or something like that. I was gonna ask if there were any girls there, and ask him how, like, it was good picking.
There's one girl.
There was one girl. I saw one girl in your video, and I was like, oh man, that poor girl. All those guys.
Most likely her boyfriend's probably there.
I kind of want to go to those things just to see, like what it's all about, because I haven't really been to like one of the. I've been to a convention. There hasn't been anything like Gundam building or anything like that. But I would have loved to have gone to something like that, to where everybody just sits down and starts building stuff.
Yeah, build stuff, play Gundam games. It's pretty fun.
I would have loved to have played like a drinking game to one of the games. Like, every time somebody dies, they have to take a shot or something.
I like how you turned this thing into a party, essentially. It went from a little building get together to, let's play some drinking games. It'll be great.
Someone suggested to bring booze, but you gotta make it kid friendly still, because kids still go there, underage. Not to mention people drive to get there. You don't want them driving back drunk.
So you could play a bunch of Gundam versus Extreme and just get super hammered when, all the people who are really good at it are like, oh shit, why did I do this? This is bad.
Could. Yeah, you could.
You'd probably still be good at it.
The people who use, like, the, arcade sticks and all that, they just bring them in, like, what's
the arcade stick is actually I actually like using that than the PlayStation controller.
It seems like it'd be a lot easier. Using the PlayStation controller, it kind of turns into a whole thing.
Because with the PlayStation controller, you can either use the base of your thumb or the tip of your thumb to press the buttons, and sometimes you want to quickly go to the other button, and it just doesn't really work As opposed if you have every button on your fingertips, you can tap them right away.
You know what Bandai just needs to make affordable? Those little pods that had like a pilot seat in them that they used to have.
Oh, the arcades?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
What do you mean?
Like, they need to make that so affordable that we can have them in our homes. Or back in arcades, at least. Because arcades... I want to get in one of those, just to see what it's like. And I've never seen one.
You're talking about a Gundam? I mean, are you talking about the game stick?
There was an arcade system a couple years back. It's probably still in there. And more than likely, Side 7, I think I asked you if you saw them or not.
Yep.
But it's basically a pod.
There we go.
And you just... I think they came with cards or something that you bought. You insert the cards. I can't remember exactly, but essentially it was the cockpit of a mobile suit, and you just played.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was supposed to simulate a real cockpit.
Link.
So.
But I think that's a really nifty idea. Like, that was the cool thing I thought about beginning Build Fighters here or whatever. It was like, it's a cockpit, you know. It's cool looking.
It's not a real cockpit.
Yeah, but
never
still.
did play that thing. There was some bar, like, it was too difficult to get in and just play it. You had to do stuff, like the cards and whatnot.
You had to do stuff.
I thought the other kids would laugh at me. I didn't do it.
Too much effort. See, they just need to make an Americanized version and we're good to go. Because that would totally sell over here.
We're still waiting the day when they start showing Gundam shows again or the regular channels.
Well, they're not going to do it with Build Fighters, I'll tell you that much.
Actually, you can. Yeah, actually, Build Fighters is the way to go.
Oh, God.
Remember, you're marketing towards kids. You're not marketing towards teenagers.
But, you know, they weren't really marketing Gundam Wing to kids, and look how well that launched everything.
Realistically, I think, Patrick, you're actually on the right track, that, like, more serious shows being simulcast in English tends to be better. Like, Unicorn has done it, Space Dandy's doing it. I mean, granted, Space Dandy's kind of goofy and dumb, but, you know, it's not...
Space Dandy.
Yeah. It's not something that, you know, you're trying to sell a bunch of stuff to kids with. That may be the way, you know, they see the West, is like, hey... They only like our serious bullshit. Let's give them our serious bullshit.
Ooh, what is that? Huh.
So I wonder if they'll do it with Origins. You know, I doubt it. It's possible, but Batman. Whoa, that's Batman.
Batman.
Zoom in on